Hey, Derrick, this isn't going to go well.
Hey, Derrick, why do you want to sit down and relax?
I just got home from Iraq. I've been home maybe 4 days. And I go to a bar with all my buddies. We're drunker than crap. Sitting down. The table next to us is straight empty. Next thing you know, the table was full of, Hodges. All right. Well, my bad.
Mother, ouch.
Yeah. So, how do you? That's very bad to say. Very pop. No. All right. Whole table was full of them. And at that time, Arabic was real fresh on my mind. I've been speaking it for the last year and a half. So I'm sitting there.
Arabic?
Yeah.
That's.
I'm sitting there. I'm just chilling, drinking my beer, half drunk, hanging out. I look over and the whole table, 8 of them, and I'm like. And I'm getting mad. They start talking. I just get more mad. I get madder and madder. Next thing you know, I take my beer and I'm like, shh. And I grab their table and I flip the whole freaking table over.
Serious?
Yeah. Yeah. I just got home from Iraq. Okay. I've been home like 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
And me and my buddies were all at a bar. 2 of them were other guys I was deployed with. The rest were just friends that I had before I left.
Okay.
We're sitting there. We're all drinking, having a good time. But by then, I'm like, it didn't take much. I ain't drinking a year and a half. So I'm like 5 or 6 beers in, and I'm feeling woozy. Well, the next table over to my right filled up with a bunch of people that's been trying to kill me for the last year and a half. And they're like in Dallas, they're everywhere. There's mosques and stuff everywhere. So I'm sitting there, I look over and I'm like, oh great, look at these, I was running my mouth. And I just keep getting mad because they're all talking, laughing, speaking Arabic. And I'm just like, man, they're eating me up. Well, my buddies were like, hey man, let's just go somewhere else, Not because of them, but they were trying to go somewhere else. And I just wasn't answering. I was just hanging out, and they just kept talking. It just kept boiling and boiling. And I'm like 4 days home, like 4 days. This was bad for me to even be out drinking.
Saying anything? Were they saying anything to you, or just like?
No, not really. I mean, they were talking about living and like living areas, like where they live and their houses and all that stuff. But it was just the accent and the language alone.
What you just went through.
Yeah. So it was just boiling up, and then finally I just snapped, got pissed off. And I took my beer bottle and I broke it on the table. And I stood up and I flipped their whole table over. And I was just talking to all of them. You gotta be careful. You're coming from. And that's the moral of the story is they let me go and they were like, someone take him home right now or I'll take him to jail. The guy he wanted to look like he'd been real rough. He's like, hey, look, these are buddies. All you guys are going. Take him home. Get him home safe. If we catch you guys out anyway, we're going to take him to jail. But, they let me go. That was the closest I ever got to going to jail. But I thought it was so funny. That lady pissed me off. I was big. I was over 200 pounds. I was jacked then. I just got home. She slammed. I wasn't expecting it. I was just chilling. Next thing you know, I said something and just whack right on the front of the car. And I was like, oh, you mother. You do that again. I will beat the brakes off of you right here in this freaking parking lot. I couldn't even grab my hands together.
Yeah.
Like that's how they had me like this.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I was intoxicated. I would have been dumb to do anything to her, but it sounded good. She slammed me hard, dude. Like a grown man.
I believe
my face hits a freaking hood. All due respect, you do that again, I'll beat the brakes off of you. But yeah, that was the closest and the only time I think I've ever almost went to jail. And I was scared too. Wow, look at that. You ever been arrested? No. Frankie, you ever been arrested?